Alright guys, welcome into my WWE Elimination Chamber 2015 review. What a fucking pay-per-view this was. I mean, I was surprised, a free month of, fucking the WWE Network usually sucks, like Fastlane I thought was alright, but usually the pay-per-views are glorified Raws, and I thought this show was great. There was a lot of good matches on this show. Not a perfect pay-per-view, like I said. I thought Payback was good. But every time WWE gives us something good, or at least in my opinion good, there's always something to weigh down and fuck it up, basically, and take away from it, which I'll get to. But good pay-per-view. I would say the second best pay-per-view of the year. I know a lot of people didn't like Payback, but in my opinion, two good pay-per-views in a row, which we haven't seen. But, in a while with WWE. But like I said, second, in my opinion, the second best pay-per-view of the year behind WrestleMania, of course. But the pre-show, we had Stardust defeating Zack, Ryder, unannounced, not, really, worth talking about. They're doing some dumb storyline with some actor, Steven a Mill or some shit. I don't even know who this is. When is WWE going to realize that us wrestling fans don't care about actors and people outside of the wrestling business showing up, to do matches? Like, the cast of fucking Entourage, like, we don't give a shit. But the match, whatever. Zack Ryder's jobbing out. I mean, nothing new. And then we had Miz TV with Daniel Bryan. Miz is trying to endorse Bryan, telling him, you're in the 5-hour, commercial or whatever, the 5-hour energy commercial. Why aren't you having a 5-hour energy right now, drinking it or whatever, to get sponsors? You're a superstar. Bryan tells him to shut up and, we need entertainment. Bryan announces that he's not retiring. He's going to wrestle again. Mandow and Axelmania come out. Axelmania with a big boot to Miz, and then the leg drop, and then Sandow with the elbow, I believe, and they all just celebrate. So the pre-show sucks. I got kind of why they did the pre-show when they had pay-per-views, so they were trying to sell the pay-per-view, but most people that have the network or watch the fucking pre-show have the network. They're watching it on the network. So a shit pre-show, just go away with the pre-show, or at least shorten it to 30 minutes. And then we get to the main card. We have the first of 2 Elimination Chamber matches, and this one was way better than the other one, which I'll get to. But the Tag Team Title Elimination Chamber match, what a match. Some really good spots in there. Adrenaline-packed match here. New teams. All the teams in this match looked good. Even the team that I thought was going to suck and job out because they're basically jobbers, the Ascension, they even did good in this match. I thought the Ascension were going to be the first team out, but the Ascension was in first with the Lucha Dragons. Lucha Dragons were eliminated quick, so I wish the Lucha Dragons would have made it, towards the end at least, because they're a great fucking team. Use them to their full potential. Kalisto was amazing. And Sin Cara is Sin Cara. He's still decent. As Unico. But the Matadors were out first. El Torito was on the pod, and he jumped off to do a Hurricane Rana. That was predictable. But the Matadors were out of the pod first, and they were the first team out from the Ascension. Lucha Dragons were out next from the Ascension, so that was stupid. Then the Ascension was gone from the Primetime Players. The Primetime Players looked really good. They made it towards the end. Cesaro and Kid were gone by the Primetime Players. I thought it was going to be down to Cesaro and Kid in the fucking New Day, but there was a cool spot in this match with Cesaro doing a Shelton Benjamin where he just leaped to the top rope. He ended up doing a superplex. And there was a cool spot here. Kalisto was all over the place, before I finish my review on this match. Kalisto was climbing the fucking chamber. He was at the very top. He just fell down onto everyone. I mean, it was all right. Just Kalisto all the way at the top was pretty cool. And then he fell on everyone. Sin Cara did the freaking Swanton onto, I think it was Victor, off the fucking chamber pod, and then Kalisto was going to do it to the other member of the Ascension early on, but the New Day kept pulling him down, so he couldn't do it. That didn't make any sense. Why would the New Day be pulling Kalisto down and stopping him from doing a Swanton for the top of the chamber? Wouldn't they want the team to beat the fuck out of each other, do these high spots, so when they get in, one less team? But that doesn't really make any sense. But New Day was the last team in. I know it's fake and whatnot, wrestling's fake, but does this really make any sense? How is this even fair? New Day, 3 guys in the match. 3 guys for their team is in the match. And everyone else, it didn't really make any sense how all 3 were allowed to be in. But they really made the Primetime Players look strong. This was a very good match. Like I said, every team looked good. Even the Primetime Players, they made it toward the end. They got out, though. I could see that being the next pay-per-view match at Money in the Bank. Kofi Kingston's announced for the Money in the Bank ladder match, but good stuff all around. 3 and 3/4 stars. And we had the Divas title match. Nikki Bella defeating Naomi and Paige. You know, all right, I guess. You know, it was okay. It was better than the last two women's matches that we've had. You know, on pay-per-view, nowhere near as good as Becky Lynch and Sasha, but that match got like 15 minutes. I don't get what's so hard. I mean, they kind of tried, like Naomi tried to do that reverse, what is it, the reverse like pile driver or whatever that you see on the indies all the time. They botched that. They botched kind of like a power bomb spot, you know, the Tower of Doom. It was kind of sloppy. They can't compete with the NXT women. And I mean, how could they? They don't even get 10 minutes out there. So, Nikki Bella got the win. You know, whatever. It was all right. You know, they're gonna have her beat AJ Lee's title reign. Then we had Kevin Owens defeating John Cena. I didn't know this was non-title, so I was kind of let down. But then I was like, oh, if it's non-title, Owens will probably win. What a fucking match! I am putting this as the second best match of the year for WWE, the main roster. And as much as I don't like John Cena and I hate him for all the fucking people that he hasn't put over the years, he's in the two best matches for the main roster of the year so far, in my opinion. The Triple Threat, the Rumble, and then here. This is how you get a guy over. This is how you get the casuals to care about a new guy coming up. Kevin Owens. What an amazing match here. Great back and forth. I know people are going to bitch. You know, I already know people are going to say, oh, there was too many false finishes. Because they were doing the false finishes for like 10 minutes, you know. You know, those same people that will say there was too many false finishes here are the same people that will say their favorite matches are Rock Austin from WrestleMania 17, Taker, Shawn Michaels, you know, WrestleMania, and Punk and Cena from Money in the Bank, you know, where all those are false finishes too. But really good. Owens, you know, doing a lot of stuff. I haven't really seen him do a lot. He had like Cena in for the fallaway slam, but then spun him around and did a backdrop on him. He did his cannonball. He did a nice super kick. But what really impressed me was Kevin Owens. You know, I don't know what the move's called because they don't do it in WWE a lot. But where they're standing on the rope and then they jump up to the top rope and then turn around and do a moonsault. That was really cool. Cena hit his I think Cena hit his AA twice and Owens kicked out both of them. I believe Owens hit a pop-up powerbomb twice on Cena and, you know, he kicked out of it. Cena did as well. Cena did his leg drop from the top rope when Owens was bending over. You know, it looks shit. You know, the fucking leg drop looked like shit. But, you know, the first half of the match was basically your typical Cena stuff. 5 moves of doom, or he's getting beat up the whole match. 5 moves of doom, goes for the AA counter, and then, you know, whatever. Just a really good match. I recommend it. Fucking great, like I said. And Owens winning, I was marking the fuck out when Owens won. Didn't, you know, expect Owens to win, obviously. You know, or I thought it was going to be a DQ or a count out. Owens won, and it's announced that Money in the Bank, it's going to be Owens versus Cena again. It's not for the title again. So I'm going to throw this out here. It might be out left field. No one else is probably going to agree with me. I know that every time Cena's in a feud, he always gets his win back. But I think Owens is going to win at Money in the Bank. I really think Owens will win again against John Cena. I think he will. It's not for the U.S. title. I think he's going to win. Cena will beat him eventually, probably at SummerSlam. But Owens is going to win again. I'm just calling that now. Owens cut a promo next. Pretty good promo saying that Cena's his time is up. My time is now. I'm here. You know who I am now. Great shit. Owens is the fucking man. Phenomenal match. Kudos to both guys. So Owens carried Cena. Get the fuck out with that shit. It takes 2 guys to have a good match. Phenomenal match. 4.5 stars. We had Neville defeating Bo Dallas. As much as I like Neville, he's not really putting on stellar matches like when he first started, you know, a couple months ago on the main roster. But this wasn't bad or anything, but kind of just like a Raw match, you know, 2.5 stars. Neville got the win. And then we had the chamber match for the Intercontinental Championship, which surprisingly Ryback won. Rusev was taken out with an injury, you know, which we all know. And Ryback injured someone on SmackDown, you know, he injured Rusev. Oh my god, Ryback injured someone. But, you know, Ryback got the win, so I was pretty surprised there. You know, in this chamber match, if I was to make a list of like the best to worst, this is probably the worst chamber. This wasn't like a god awful dud or anything, like just a terrible all out shit fest of a match. But for Elimination Chamber standards of, you know, competing with the opening match, that was the Chamber Tag Title match, this was pretty fucking bland and boring. I mean, I wasn't looking forward to this match going in, because I didn't care who won. Mark Henry replaced Rusev, like, who the fuck cares? I guess it's better than Big Show, but I don't care about Mark Henry. You know, Barrett was out first by R-Truth. How the fuck's R-Truth even in there? Barrett's King Barrett, and he's losing every match. Why'd they even give him the fucking, why'd he even win the King of the Ring tournament? He's the first guy out. He got eliminated before R-Truth by R-Truth. Buried. You people like to throw out the word buried. Barrett is buried. Truth got eliminated by Ryback, and then fucking Mark Henry got eliminated by Sheamus. Sheamus couldn't get out of his pod in one point until he had to use his cross thing to get out. That was kind of lame. Took Sheamus like fucking so long. And then there was one spot where the timer didn't run out. Like Mark Henry's pod got broken and he came out with like 30 seconds left. And then when 30 seconds came up, another guy came in instead of just Mark Henry being that guy. So that didn't really make any sense. It felt kind of rushed. But the match, like I said, probably one of the worst chambers, Not a god-awful match. I thought it was going to come out of Ziggler and Sheamus. I thought Sheamus was going to win or Ziggler was going to win. And then he would go feud with Rusev over that title. But Ryback and Sheamus, I mean, they tried to have a good exchange towards the end, but it just was boring. Ryback got the win. Like I said, I was surprised. And give the guy a chance. I know people are going to bitch, but give the guy a chance. Ryback's worked his ass off to get better, over the last couple of years. And let's just give him a chance. Let's see how he runs with that championship, if he's impressive. I'd rather have it on him than Ziggler for the 10,000th time. But Bryan came in and endorsed him, try to get him over. Are you guys glad that he won? Yes. And then, so Ryback was put over. 2.5 stars. Probably one of the worst chamber matches. Then we get to the main event, the WWE Championship match. We have Dean Ambrose defeating Seth Rollins via DQ. Like I said, every time this show was going so good, minus some subpar matches that weren't bad. But this match, it was great. This was a good world title match with a dumb ending. You had some cool spots in here. J&J and Kane kept getting involved. Like, holy shit. I mean, I know they did that the last pay-per-view, but it was less annoying because they made up for it with the cool spots like the Shield shit. But here, Kane's getting involved every fucking second. Like, get the fuck out of here. Basically, there's nothing's going to compete to their match the night after SummerSlam last year, but this was still a great main event. Basically, the same spots that they always do. The fucking clothesline, Ring of Honor is the Nigel from Nigel McGuinness, but the rebound clothesline that Ambrose does, Rollins inside out, the spot that they always do. Ambrose hit a nice suicide dive to Rollins on the outside, and Rollins flew into the announce table, but Ambrose took he took J&J and Kane out by jumping off the turnbuckle. Really good spots. Like I said, a really good matchup here. And then the ref gets knocked down. Rollins pulls the ref in front of Ambrose when he's jumping off the top rope. And Ambrose does the dirty deeds, and another ref comes out, counts the 3, and I'm marking the fuck out. Like, I want Rollins to be a long-term champion, a great champion, maybe even beat Punk's record. I would not mind that at all. But I like both guys a lot, and Ambrose winning, I was happy with. I was happy regardless who won this match. It was a good match. I like both guys. Ambrose got the win. I'm marking out because I was shocked they actually went that way. And the ref comes down, reverses in Lillian. Your winner, Dean Ambrose. And I'm like, come on. It's by DQ. Come the fuck on. A great show. With a DQ finish, but the match was still good. Ambrose is, not going to give up the title. J&J, Kane, and Rollins come in, they beat him up, and then Roman Reigns comes out, and I heard rumors that Roman Reigns was going to turn heel, so I was like, come on, do it. Superman punch to Rollins, takes out J&J, Kane. Ambrose hits some dirty deeds on Kane, and then Reigns and Ambrose just retreat through the crowd with the title. Like, the way Reigns is acting towards Ambrose, like he's his best friend, all smiley with him. I thought he was going to turn heel. I thought the rumors were going to be true. And it was still a good match with kind of a lame ending. I'm excited for Raw. Money in the Bank's already in 2 weeks. They announced the Money in the Bank participants. Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton. How's Kofi in there? He's just randomly in there. Ziggler's in there. I believe Sheamus, Roman Reigns, Barrett, I believe. Maybe Barrett. I don't remember. But, I mean, WWE, here's what I want from WWE. I want WWE to do this at SummerSlam. Or not SummerSlam. At SummerSlam have Brock. But at Money in the Bank, have Roman Reigns win the Money in the Bank, and hell, have Dean Ambrose beat Rollins, win the title there, and have Roman Reigns turn heel on Ambrose. So that really be that bad. WWE wants to build up Roman Reigns so much. They want him to be a world champion, multi-time world champion down the road. I mean, no one's going to accept Roman. They're just every time Roman Reigns gets a title or something or gets close to that title, it's just going to be a Royal Rumble reaction. He has to be heel for people to accept him. So what I want them to do at Money in the Bank is have Roman Reigns win the Money in the Bank, have Ambrose win the title in the main event, and then have Roman Reigns turn heel. Would that be so hard to ask for? But I thought this was a great show. The opening chamber match was the best chamber. Owens, Cena, second best match of the year for the main roster, in my opinion. Fucking amazing match with Owens winning. Like I said, I see Owens winning again at Money in the Bank. Neville, Bo Dallas is, all right, I guess, a Raw match. What else? The Divas match. It's a Divas match. The IC title, Elimination Chamber was kind of lame, especially for Elimination Chamber. And the main event was pretty good with kind of a lame ending. Looking forward to Money in the Bank. Only 6 matches on this show, too. I like it a lot better when there's only 6 matches instead of 8 because the matches get a lot more time. I'd rather have 6 decent to good matches than 8 subpar matches. So, regardless of some, nitpicking, I thought it was a good show. Probably I give it a 7.5 or a 7.75. Pretty good.